All right, hello everybody, and welcome to Sister Conversations. This is gonna be a chat that we'll be having all in the month of September, every Sunday. Every Sunday, we're gonna feature another sister, and that sister with a CYS, because we all suffer from polycystic ovarian syndrome. And since September is Pcos Awareness Month, we want to shine a light on our sisters and share our stories. So if you don't know me and you're just seeing this for the first time, my name is Roni Smith Daly. And I found out that I had PCOS when I was around 18. That was when I got my official diagnosis. And since then, I've just been trying to figure it out. And I've been blessed enough to create a community where I'm able to talk with other people who are similar to me. And Shantall is one of those people. Shantall is somebody that I've known since college. She is one of those people we met because I was in a class with her best friend. And she's one of those people who you can't around her and feel uncomfortable. Like, it's impossible. She's always going to make you feel like you're a part of her inner circle anytime you're around her. She has this infectious energy. She's just such a kind hearted, genuine person. And so I think I didn't find out that you had PCOS till last year. I think last year is when I actually found out, even though we've known each other for a while. So I wanted to kind of just introduce yourself and, tell us when you found out you had PCOS. What was that like?
Hi guys, my name is Shantall Hoshing. Ronnie said, thanks Ronnie for saying all those nice things. So I found out I was diagnosed with this, I think it was at COMC. I remember one day I had the very bad cramps. I just remember passing out, and when I woke up, I was in the car taking me to the doctor, and that's when I was diagnosed that was the issue.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's scary. So up until that point, you had no other signs that you were.
To be totally honest with you about it, there were signs and symptoms, but I just think at that time it wasn't really talked about. I always had the issue. I only had like probably two bleedings a year. Yeah. It would probably come for only like probably 4 days. And I just thought that was normal. As a girl, maybe when you're younger, nobody really wants to hear it. So, I didn't pay much attention to it. My mom wasn't really knowledgeable about it, so that was the deal. When I did have the bleedings, they were they hurt very much. I'm bedridden anytime I get it. So up until then, no, just those. But I really thought it was normal until I went to the doctor, and at that time when it happened, and they let me know that that's the case.
Okay. So when you went to the doctor, what was their like? Did they explain what was going on to you? What was their plan of action to treat your
And
PCOS?
the first when I was diagnosed, I went to the doctor, passed out, they explained the symptoms, whatever. She was basically, you're just having some issues. Didn't really explain. Really, honestly, I just remembered her saying you're gonna have to go on birth control. Now, as a young lady, hearing that you have to go on birth, that's a little bit scary. In that time, we didn't really use Google that much at that time. So I heard birth control. I was really like, and those with my dad. So that's a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
So her birth control. I think she wrote up the prescription for one of them. My dad took me home. I got some meds for the pain. Also got an injection. Yeah, I used to get a lot of those for the pain. Just remember going home, I was like, nope, no one go on birth control. That was it. So I just stick to it when it comes. Because as I said, it doesn't come a lot. When it comes, I just know I just go to the doctor, get an injection, and then that's how I really treated it up until probably like for the past 4 years I started taking, reading up more, trying to take better care of myself and really trying to treat it holistically, so to say.
Okay, cool. So now that you know more about PCOS and you know about your diagnosis, what are the symptoms that you have outside of irregular period? What are the things that you experience with PCOS?
I mean, it's a little bit embarrassing, but to spread
Whichever
awareness
you're
about it.
comfortable to share. You don't have to share everything.
So for me, I get a little blisters under my arm, like boils and so forth. I get very bad acne. Normally around here, probably pretty up for the camera, but I decided
Yeah.
I wanted to keep it candid as possible, relatable. So I get really bad acne on the side of my cheeks, facial hair. Oh my god, that's
Yeah.
so yeah.
Me too, girl.
That
Me too.
I have ovarian cyst, so actually I went and did the whole thing with the gynae. So my two ovaries are covered with cysts and the painful periods. So that's all of them that I have. Yeah. I don't know if this is a symptom. I do know once I have too much sugar, can intake too much sugar, then that's when I start to get the boils on my arm.
I
Yeah.
think that is one of the markers of PCOS, you know, the insulin resistant part of it. So that's probably what's happening when you're taking the sugar. So sugar, you know, sugar for us is like sugar for people with diabetes. It's a no-no, you know. So probably that's what's causing it to act up. Okay, so those are the symptoms that you experience. Have you ever tried any other medication, like anything medicinal to manage your symptoms?
Yes. So I've been to so many doctors, to be totally honest, just trying to, on the journey trying to figure out. So I do remember there was this particular birth control. I can't remember the name right now, but I do know what it does. It prevents the pain. So when I take that, I get no pain. I don't have to get any injections at all. Other than that, there's this one though that I'm currently using. To be totally honest with you, first, let me say, I don't really necessarily believe in too much medication as it relates to PCOS. I don't believe medication helps it lessens the symptoms for a while, but there's no longevity as to say it's better for us or solves the issue. I think that is still being researched for me. So far, being on everything out there, I don't really believe in it. But for now, I am taking I think it's called Inositol. Don't quote me on that. And probably yeah. So far that I got that one recently because I was getting a flu. Went to the gynae again. I got that. Said it was for to balance my hormones, which is out of whack. Oh, sorry, missed out this one. Also symptoms for me as well. Get a little bit moody sometimes.
Yes, amen.
Yeah. It goes from anxiety to depression. Let me tell you. Yeah. So the infertility, that one has seen its health, but somewhat good and bad in the sense that I do get a flu now. Normally, my flu lasts between 3 to 4 days. Um, Irregular, but 3 to 4 days. But with this new one now, I'm getting I'm currently on it now. It's going more than it's making me bleed more, so to say. So it's like no, it's kind of confusing sometimes and so frustrating. There's no in between. So it's either get it little or too much. So that's for the medication part. But on the whole, for me, what I found that has helped me, because I do try to read as much as I can and try to research different stuff. Um, my diet, I had to do a full 360 on my diet. Take out everything and put them in one by one just to figure out what affects me, what doesn't, what makes it worse. That's how I found out about the sugar. So I can't do dairy. So I love milk, so I had to go plant-based now. The moment I 360 my diet, that's when I started to, because as you know, I don't know if maybe for you, not many women with Pcos suffer with this, but I gain a lot of weight. If I would think about the food too much, I gain weight. I'm being a little bit dramatic, but for me, no matter how, and Ronnie, I live in the gym, so this was the hard part for me. I had to spend years in the gym. I don't know which gym in Mobi and Farm but I didn't go to, just to make sure that, you know. So I did that thinking that, maybe I'm being lazy, maybe I'm not working out enough. That's why I kept on gaining the weight, not understanding at that time it's really what you eat, Even when I think I was eating well, it wasn't enough because, processed food, no matter how you think it's healthy or, how it does you good, it does not really. So I had to just do a 360, take out everything and just go straight. Everything is from the market for me. My most expensive food bill is from the market where I get whole foods. Once I did that and started putting in little by little and started understanding what affects me, that's when I started seeing my body changing and the effects of it started going down. So
Since you're now managing your PCOS through diet and lifestyle and a little bit of medication as well with the inositol, what is life like nowadays with PCOS?
Better. I'm gonna be totally frank and so sometimes well, when I didn't realize it, that it was getting so bad, I was getting in a mood where, your body's changing. You don't understand why. So to control, you can't control it. So I found myself, I wouldn't want to go outside. Um, I used to like to party a lot. I wouldn't want to go out. The clothes won't fit anymore. It's frustrating. All these changes, they're negative. So it takes a toll on the mind. You're trying your best to manage it, and it wasn't. So I found myself, I wouldn't even go to the beach. I love the beach. I didn't really want to hang out with friends. I just go to work, come home. Since I've been managing, I'm everywhere. A crop top, I want to wear it. I'm gonna wear the crop top. I want to go to the beach. This nice bathing suit, I'm gonna wear it because I feel more confident in myself. I feel like the old me is coming back. So it's a lot better. Um, I used to say the four corners of my wall are my best friend because that's just where I always been. I don't want to be home so much. Like even with the lockdown now, I know that they have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Friday to Saturday. I'm outside all the time until it's time, for curfew. Because so it's been a journey, but it's a positive change for me. Like that, I like the old me that's coming. Because you know me as a jovial and outgoing and a crazy person.
Yeah.
I wasn't that person for a while and I didn't like the person that I was becoming, so I decided to do everything that I could, took the time, started the journey for myself to make myself feel better, you know. So it's good so far.
Well, I'm happy to hear that. I'm really happy to hear that, and I want to thank you for talking to me. I do want to ask you one last question, and it is, what would you say to somebody who has just found out that they have PCOS? You know the emotions that they're probably feeling. They're scared. They're, they're just unsure of what to do next. There's so much conflicting information out there on PCOS, and a lot, it's easy to get confused and caught up in a rabbit hole. What is your advice to that person right now?
So from experience, what I would say, so if you're found out or you're not sure, like probably you're just seeing the symptoms or you're seeing the changes in your body, first of all, visit your gynae. Your gynae is your best friend when it comes up to that. um, Read for yourself because really everyone, every woman that I know with PCOS, their journey is very different. So while some may, like myself, may have almost all the symptoms, some may have little to none. Different things that affect you may not affect that other person. So you just have to try to take some time, spend some time with you. It's valuable. It does. Do that for yourself. Understand what works for you, what doesn't. Because as I said, what works for someone else won't necessarily work for you. It's gonna have its ups and downs. I mean, there's so many times where I've gotten back to the place that I wanted to go to, and just like that, a snap of a finger, it goes back downhill. Um, so you have to just try. And most importantly, when it comes on to that, what I have seen based on the research that I've done for myself and probably other of my friends that suffer as well, you have to 360 a diet. Like it doesn't matter how many medications you take or you think you're taking, which I told you doesn't solve the problem, it just delays them. Doesn't matter. I told you I've been to every gym between 5 months and months. I think all of them. Doesn't matter how many hours you spend in the gym until you 360 diet and take out all the processed food and replace it with unprocessed, mostly from the market grown provision. You're not going to see any changes. Also, for me, aromatherapy works and music. But most importantly, value yourself enough to take the time to spend some time with yourself. And you have to put yourself above others and surround yourself with positive people. Moments I have a very supportive circle, but like for others, one of my friends, I had to talk to them. It's very important because you find yourself going through a lot of emotions. If you don't have that supportive party that understands what you're going through, especially with the moods for me, going to depress you.
Okay, thank you, Shantall. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you talking to me. That was some solid advice. I wish I got that advice when I just was diagnosed. Because
Well, you
it's
have it now.
not easy. I know, right? Here I am. Because it's really, for the most part, something that women will probably have or live with for a good portion of their childbearing years. So once you have it, learning to manage it and having a community is really important. So I want to say thank you again, Chantal. I will be putting this also on my YouTube. So just tell the people where to find you, what's your socials, where can they follow you?
Mom, I'm on TV now. I'm dedicated to Pcos. It's called at Pocahontas, Pcos, Tahantos, you know, play on word there. Follow me. I try to leave advice and tips what works for me. Little stuff. So you can follow me there, check me out. Feel free to jump in my DM. I'm free to answer any questions as long as I can help. I know what it's like, so I'm looking forward to that.
All right, thank you. All right, everybody. So this is week 1 conversations with a sister, and this is my sister Shantall. She was amazing, and thank you so much for being so transparent and sharing your journey. Appreciate it. So we will be back next week with another conversation. Trust me, PCOS is on a spectrum, and so I wanted to touch on every single aspect of the spectrum, from the very extreme to the middle to the not so extreme. So we're going to be talking to different sisters. So we'll see you next week. Bye.